Hi fire signs, welcome back to my channel. We are about relationships with ourselves first, okay? So we can have healthy relationships outside of ourselves. So it comes with managing the emotions, so you can identify your intuition to bring in your good health, good wealth, but it comes from the essence of love, okay? Loving self, loving beings, loving planet, loving God, all right? But it comes from balancing your masculine and feminine energy within yourself so you can co-create with the universe. Oh, okay, so you could be thinking of co-creating, all right, fire signs, in the power of love, all right, the essence of love, all right. We're looking at the hand of God, you know, because every body is a holy grail, all right. So you've been given the blessings of love, all right. So maybe you're pouring out love, all right, maybe to a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person, or maybe you're looking at a love, all right, of self. So you probably feel more abundant, more grounded, more secure, okay, for some of you. Or some of you is going for a painful ending, maybe as a business person, or you're thinking about a King of Pentacles. Maybe you love a King of Pentacles, a very grounded, masculine, striving in business. Doesn't always take the risk, you know, because he's always a bit protective when it comes to love, because probably he's a man with money, status, power. But he's illuminating the mind. Maybe he's thinking about you, fire signs. Well, we're thinking about love, power of love. Fire signs, you're about inspiration, you're born to love, right? It's about romance, it's about the intuition, because you're the lesson of power, okay? It's not about the pentacles, it's about the power. Maybe you're working on your abundance to be more grounded, more prosperity. You're grinding a new foundation, okay? Maybe for Taurus, for a Capricorn person. Maybe you'll think about pouring love to pour your seeds upon your foundation. There seems to be like one or two pit holes, but you know that you have a peak, okay, at the end of the tunnel, all right? You see groundship, you see passion, you see maybe you're trying to block holding on to your pentacles so you can plant your foundation. Maybe you're a very generous person. You like to give gifts. You like to reward people very generously, maybe. But it's time to pour love into yourself, fire signs, all right? Maybe you're thinking about a King of Pentacles, holding back their resources to focus on their own foundation. Or maybe you're thinking of planting a foundation with a King of Pentacles. But we're looking at holding back anyway. Holding back, looking at inheritance, gifts. Someone's a Grim Reaper in your energy, fire signs. So be careful of how you're working. Because we're looking at the energy of Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is about self-mastery, self-craftsman. Maybe someone's being crafty when it comes to wages, maybe. Or an investment. But someone's looking at an investment. Because that's going to 7, an investment. If you hold back, or you're holding back as an investor, maybe. I don't know why I'm getting that. Or you are a fire sign, thinking about King of Pentacles, holding back resources, looking at a new foundation, a more reliable contract to plant a foundation. You've been for a bit of pit holes, maybe. Fire signs, you could be focusing on your money, or you're dealing with a Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you have a Queen of Pentacles in your energy. Maybe you're working with a Queen of Pentacles. You're going for a turning point. Maybe you're pouring love to a Queen of Pentacles. Because now you're working. And then work became a block when it comes to reliability. Working with maybe a Queen of Pentacles. Or you see a power couple in your energy when it comes to new love. King and Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you see a reliable situation, a new love. Maybe you want to go in. Maybe have a baby, relationships. Maybe you think about business and love. Maybe you found a power couple in your energy, fire signs. Because you went from thinking about a new love, working on a foundation. Foundation becomes like a block, a stop, a think, look over, hold back my resources, the pre-emperor, and look more on reliability. Maybe you're looking over a new foundation, or you're looking at money matters. Maybe you got a letter about money matters, maybe from the bank, maybe to hold back some of your resources and be more reliable to yourself. And when you became more reliable to yourself, remember, relationship starts with yourself first. Maybe you became reliable to your own self, you held back resources, and then you realized somebody was in your energy that had the same power as you when it comes to resources. So now maybe you're in the essence, all right, of looking at the lesson of service. Because now you're looking at more, I have a curiosity. Because maybe you're more determined now when it comes to being more industrious. Maybe you found balancing your feminine and masculine energy when it comes to mastering the element of earth sign to be the pre-emperor. So now we're in the lesson of service, all right? Maybe you're being very persistent, but maybe you held back your resources on another, because at some point you did hold back, maybe because someone was very possessive and they relied on you too much, because somebody loves materialism and they wasn't patient. You could be a singer, a gardener, or an artist. Maybe you went down the line of your thoughts and you looked at your foundation, you held back, looked at your inheritance, looked at your gifts. All right, maybe you focus on your work and you thought you'll be more analytical if you dedicated to your own self. So you became more efficient. So now you're looking at your healthy consciousness and be more helpful to self. Maybe a little bit introverted for a while, maybe because you held back resources, looked at your own self, be more logical. You could be a dentist, a doctor, a writer, a policeman. You could be more practical now. Because now you're looking at the pureness of the soul. Maybe understanding, all right, you have to use your intuition, because what's above is below. So now we have the magician, because you're using your intuition, all right? So now you're looking at maybe an alchemist, all right? Maybe you're manifesting a new love, all right? Want to be more grounded, okay? Maybe think about love, all right? Maybe you think about the energy when it comes to a partnership or in a deeper love. Maybe you think about love choice or the strength of two. This is why you're looking at a manifestation when it comes to planting a new foundation, all right? Maybe you're in the energy of taking control of your ambition, being more conservative. We're looking at discipline, self-discipline, self-control. Maybe you're a farmer or a magician, or just like being a banker. Maybe you held back your resources at some point, planting another foundation with another person because somebody was thirsty, seeking money, status, power, and you felt like it was time to be alone because someone made you very frustrated when it comes to money, building money, but became a bit pessimistic, a bit of a dark energy. So that probably more realistic, or your groundship had come to a very political position, so you had to hold back because somebody was being very thirsty for money, so it became a very political debate. Maybe you're in the energy, all right, of focusing, okay, being the magician, an alchemist, focus on your creativity and you turn your visions into reality because you're inspired to take action. Maybe your foundation, maybe you think about a Libra person, okay, maybe you think about a friend or a partnership or maybe a marriage, look at individual relationship with yourself. Maybe you went with another foundation, there was a pit hole with a contract in a partnership. There was a low vibration. It became a partnership to share, but then someone became obsessive, holding on to resources and reliability. The person wasn't reliable. So now you're probably heartbroken. So now you're probably thinking about a Libra person when it comes to a new foundation. You can turn all your regrets into grapes, fire signs. Just look at the essence of love. Because the soul is born to love, all right, fire signs. So you're born to love. Use your intuition. That's the lesson of power. So maybe you feel more powerful within the heart aspect when it comes to the heart of the matter of material, all right? Maybe look at material matters when it comes to investments. Maybe you're working on putting away old investments and you're working on a new partnership when it comes to a new investment because you're like, what I sow is what I reap. Maybe you're heartbroken because what you sow is what you reap. Maybe you worked with someone who was too possessive, all right? Too much into the limelight. We're talking about materialism, a very social path person, or too materialistic because we've got the Four of Pentacles. Someone that's heart was too heavy like a stone. It wasn't as light as a feather. So they're being very tacky. So now you're looking at a new foundation when it comes to investments. Looking at happier ever after when it comes to money matters. Fire signs, you're looking at family maybe. You're looking at love and support. Maybe you're holding back love and support when it comes to family. and friends, because you had to hold back maybe gifts, resources. Maybe you were too generous when it comes to rewards, rewarding people. Or maybe you're holding back from a King of Cups. Maybe you're holding back from a King of Cups. I just had a ting. So that's a confirmation. Maybe you're holding back from a King of Cups, or holding back your feelings from a Queen of Pentacles and your resources. Because now you've gone within. Maybe you'll turn your back on maybe a Taurus person. And you've gone within and seen the light. And you've seen a happily ever after. Maybe with a higher priestess. It's higher than the Pope. That's very reliable when it comes to tarot reading or divination tools. Or someone was relying on dark entities when it comes to low vibration of being a higher priestess. Maybe you went within and saw someone very mysterious. Someone that makes you feel like a 10 of Cups. Because you can't fake a 10 of Cups. So your heart is broken. But you can mend it. Because it's a happily ever after. Because you've gone within and done the Hermit. You've gone within, you've got clarity. You've done your own personal quest. You've done your own personal request. Which was a good thing to do. So now you're on the path of creating your own heaven on earth. So you can make a domino effect. Do you know what I mean? Within your community. It starts from home first. Maybe you'll turn your back on a Queen of Pentacles. Because there was no love. Maybe you turned your back on a power couple. Because you was heartbroken. Maybe you felt like you had a 2 of Cups. But somebody was relying on working with you. Not to turn around and see your 2 of Cups. Maybe Queen of Pentacles. Another business person. So now you're in a 3 of Cups situation. You're being very protective. Maybe you're very angry about Queen of Pentacles. Because now you see a 3 of Cups on the floor. Because you've gone within, done your own personal quest. Because it was like a 5 of Pentacles. Which means you felt blocked. Or your resources was going down because somebody was overspending. Somebody was very deceitful. So now you're being very protected because somebody was playing with your emotional abandonmentship issues. They were working on playing with your abandonmentship issues. They were relying on that. So you turned your back on this person because you're in a 3 of Cups. Someone gave you fake promises. They were breaking your heart and drained your emotions because it was playing on already your 5 of Cups. Because your 10 was already, your 10, you thought maybe you had a 10 of Cups with someone. But it was really a 5 of Cups. So now maybe you've seen a real power couple and it's making you kind of hurtful to turn around to look at your 2 of Cups, which is your happily ever after. Maybe you think about a Taurus person that you need to walk away from, or you think about a marriage or a high level commitment or someone you worked with. Maybe you got clashes of spirituality, religion, clashes. Now we're looking at a situation where there's a 5 of Cups. Maybe you feel this loss or regret with a Queen of Pentacles. So you don't want to turn around and see that person. It just gives you pure grief and a brief. So they played on your abandonment issues. Maybe you're happy that you abandoned a Queen of Pentacles. A very unloving person with no emotions. Now you see your 2 of Cups. Now you feel you have a 2 of Cups. So now you feel a new love in your life. You looked within your dreams and you paid attention. You see a 2 of Cups, a power couple in your energy. Maybe you're in a situation, fire signs, where you're looking now at 5, 6, 7. Your choice, 7. Maybe you're talking to the Empress. Okay, because now I can see the pre-Emperor and the pre-Empress. And they're both talking about a situation. Maybe they're talking about Queen of Pentacles because it was a 4 of Cups. Maybe it was an unwanted energy. It was an unfulfilled surprise. So it was a surprise to see a Queen of Pentacles in the energy of a 2 of Cups. You know? Because maybe you both surprised each other. You want to surprise each other with gifts. But Queen of Pentacles got in the way. Another business person making an entrapment. Maybe you think about an Aquarius person. Maybe you think about an Aquarius person. Someone you feel has an intellectual framework that expands your consciousness as the same as yours. That's why you feel there's a power couple. Maybe you're feeling like you can more or less be on your highest self because you're looking more high. This is more low. So you're being more reliable. Maybe you want to come in more reliable to a stuck energy of a 2 of Cups, which with a Aquarius person. Take it as it resonates. Because now you see the 8 of Swords. Eight of Swords is about restrictions, because you was in a self-defense protection, because maybe you saw a competition in another Queen of Pentacles, because there was a Seven of Cups. All right, Seven of Cups is all about too many choices. Maybe someone feared commitment, or someone had commitment issues, because it was a Five of Cups. And then it's become 7 choices, commitment, too many choices, too many confusions. Maybe you walked away. Maybe you walked away from people, things, and places and found your Nine of Cups. So you've walked away from another one, a third-party person, maybe a Queen of Pentacles. You walked away and you're manifesting walking away to new love. Maybe for a baby, relationship, because you're looking at a power couple. But it looks like you walked away from another situation. Somebody was more too possessive, more too materialistic. So now maybe you've seen a Two of Cups in a soulmate. Maybe a Libra person in a soulmate. Or you're thinking about a friend from the past. You could be a King of Cups. I'm King of Wands. Looking at your foundation. Maybe you want to block being reliable, working with a Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you're friends with a familiar, or maybe a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person. Maybe someone friend or someone familiar broke your heart. But after the heartbreak, it's happily ever after. Go within, pursue your own love. But you seem to be stuck because you didn't turn around and maybe look at a Libra or Aquarius person, because you was focused more on maybe a Queen of Pentacles. Maybe it was overcommitted to a Queen of Pentacles. So now you're looking at your own. Because a Nine of Cups is all about wish fulfillment coming true. It's all about material abundance. But you've got to use your intuition. You've got to walk away from people, things, and places. All right? So that you can see the shadow of yourself properly. Who's there? Who's there for you? Who's not there for you? This is why you write your dreams down. There seems to be an illusion, a delusion of someone holding back. So you've got to hold back. Do you understand? Your gifts. See who's really for you. Do you understand? Are they there for your gifts and your choices? Is it an illusion? Is there secrets? Are you stuck between fears and resources that makes you confused? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, have you got the willpower to be a soul, having a human experience? Are you holding back your own movements? Or are you holding on to being a soul, having a human experience? Or do you prefer to hold on to secrets, illusions, delusion, to keep it in confusion? Do you know what I mean? Confusion. So all you're putting is, with your fuse, is coming out of your gas pipe, confusion. That's it. That's coming out of your pipe hole. When it comes to movements, remember your body is like a vehicle. So maybe you're holding back, maybe, and looking into the truth about an Aquarius person, a healer. You could be a Leo person or Aquarius person, going into victory, defending themselves because there was a lie. Maybe you looked into this when it comes to a home. You know, you got the strength, fire signs, you know. So now you're looking at confusion. Maybe you're tying up 1 or 2 loose ends, you know. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, or another Leo, you know. Maybe you're tying up 1 of the loose ends. Maybe you're completing a goal. You've got to walk away from people, things, and places to allow you to complete a goal. Maybe you've done a lesson. Maybe you migrated somewhere, traveled, and you want to just complete that session, you know. Yeah, maybe you walked away. Maybe you walked away. You feel unloved within a group of people that you're with. You've got to sail a well, fire sign, to bring your mind to calmer waters. Maybe you want to go forward to an Aquarius person. Take a leap of faith, no baggage, no expectations. You want to turn around to a Two of Cups. Maybe a Libra person or an Aquarius person. Take it as it resonates, you know. It's your reading. Don't let any readings be false, fire signs. You've got to make it resonate, you know. Don't let no one take your power away. It's all about, you know, you having your power by the strength, because you've got the strength to have your own power, you know. You've got the ambition because you've got your healthy boundaries from the soul of the self. Maybe looking at a soulmate connection. Maybe you felt like a bit wounded, the wounded warrior. Okay, maybe you got a message about you have to rest as a wounded warrior, maybe. Or a message made you wounded about a third-party person, maybe a Taurus person. Because you're just keep looking at your memories, maybe about your groundship, maybe about an investment. Take it as it resonates. But now maybe you want to hold back being reliable, because now it's become 4, 5 again, blocking. Maybe a Taurus person when it comes to donations, when it comes to inheritance. Maybe you feel like you blocked your power couple. Do you know what I mean? You know, maybe you feel wounded with a Sagittarius person. Take it as it resonates. You know, when it comes to planting your foundation, having a happily ever after. Well, look at the Grim Reaper, working, blocking. Yeah, taking a new beginning, walking away. Seems like you keep having your back towards a different Queen of Pentacles, because you maybe got an eyesight about working with a power couple, you know, someone more grounded, you know, someone has values, you know, because now you're looking at values. Maybe you're focused on someone's values or feelings when it comes to self-worth or talent. You're looking at someone's social prestige, or maybe someone's cultural background when it comes to possessiveness, how they do their security earnings, you know. Maybe you took that leap of faith and said, no, I need a new beginning. So you go in that way because you keep looking this way. So maybe you're upset and you're working on abandoning a Queen of Pentacles. You're back there again. It wasn't a fulfillment. What you feel is a fulfillment is you're missing your other half. That is what? Because 5 and 5. Maybe your soulmate feels the same way. You know? That you both should have relied on each other. You both should have just relied on each other. Could have been a very good power couple. Maybe you're sad about the situation. Take it as it resonates, because you're thinking about an Aquarius person. Because somebody was paying someone and you're happy with an Aquarius person. You feel that's reliable. Even if they're stuck, they can use intuition. Maybe you feel that you abandoned that person, made them feel unloved. Maybe you're thinking about this entrapment. Somebody was working on entrapment. They was relying on an entrapment. So now someone's stuck in their thoughts. Why? Because someone's going to spiritual prison, earth prison, or mental prison, a Queen of Pentacles, an earth sign person. So now someone's stuck in their thoughts about working with a Queen of Pentacles. But they're happy though. Queen of Pentacles was happy about this entrapment, working on entrapment. But no, you're working on a power couple situation in a 2 of Cups. And someone's stuck thinking about that. How can I rely on anyone else now? Because someone's walked away. Maybe a Aquarius person, not jumped out of it. No, you're with that one. Bye. You know, and maybe you're both going, bye. Why? Because you're saying the Queen of Pentacles is the devil. Maybe you feel like you're trapped with the devil. A very obsessive person that goes on with gold or diamonds. You know, they're looking for big changes, you know. Now it's time to move on. Transformation. Because maybe you feel this person has too much addictions. Because they like the gold or diamonds. That's their god. Gold or diamonds. They're very greedy, envious. You know, maybe you're thinking of a Grand Reaper, too possessive, of an Aquarius person, getting them stuck. So they bring maybe sexual lust to you, becomes a rust of trust with an Aquarius person now. But this is Earth School. You've got to graduate from our flaws, you know. There's no shame in the game when you're playing the player game, you know. It is what it is. You know the player's game comes with shames and blames and all that. Oh, well. Now, maybe you jumped at this. Maybe you ran away. You ran away. Why? Because you looked within. You said, here. I'm running. Yeah, King of Wands said, no, I'm gone. I'm gone. I see Aquarius in my energy. I'm stuck thinking about Aquarius person. Maybe Queen of Pentacles was working on an entrapment for you, you know. But someone's going to spiritual prison, though. Yeah, maybe you're working with a Queen of Pentacles, juggling. You're the 2 of Cups. Maybe you're looking at air sign person. They were working on spying, stalking an air sign person. So now you're looking at someone, maybe, how they present themselves to others. Maybe someone's stalking, spying, taking people's personal, private information, taking money. So now you're looking at someone's environment when it comes to influence. Maybe you looked at this person with their physical appearance. And when you took off the clothes, you understand. No self-awareness, no soul. Dead people walking. So now you're looking at maybe karma, results of past acts maybe. Because somebody had hidden support, didn't they? Because they felt very limited when it comes to the gold or diamonds. So now someone's very envious, very jealous when it comes to someone's institution. Or maybe inner social conflict. Who knows? Because it resonates, fire signs. Because now you're thinking about a third-party person broke your heart. Maybe a water sign person, but guess what? Maybe your wish fulfillment is a Libra person. Because you've gone within and you've been working on maybe the truth. See the sparkling ideas. And you've got lots of options, haven't you, darling? You thought, oh, I need to go to my power couple now. I've had enough of this third-party person. A Queen of Pentacles, the devil. Never mind, fire signs. Now you're looking at manipulation. Someone manipulated you for a house. Someone manipulated you to be within your community. Maybe you're walking away to new love, a twin flame energy. Maybe you see a power of two. 1, 2 in a house. Maybe you see 2 magicians. An Aquarius person. But somebody lied, didn't they? That they were friends with someone. Maybe. Take it as it resonates, fire signs. Maybe you lied about a friend or a marriage. Or maybe your relationship with someone in a contract. Maybe it was a runner. Maybe think about a runner, you know, running away. Because you're in the twin flame energy. Because what happens? The trigger. You have to heal yourself. When 2 energies are connected in the twin flame energy, somebody runs, somebody chases. Now, maybe someone is chasing an Aquarius person. Take it as it resonates. Or maybe a Libra. All right. So now maybe you've looked at maybe someone's community, my darlings. All right. Okay. Maybe looking at the energy of someone being very active. Maybe someone can work from home, very good at working from home, very ambitious person, very assertive when it comes to competition. You thought maybe a Queen of Pentacles is a competition, but it was nothing to compete. So now, because you're looking at the courage. Oh, yeah. Or maybe a Libra again. Maybe an air sign is really on your mind, fire signs. Because now you're looking at someone very industrious, ain't you? Oh, yeah. Now maybe you're thinking somebody was very naive. Nope, sorry. Maybe it was very impatient. Maybe your pride. Maybe you're stuck in your pride, you know. Maybe, take it as it resonates. But now you're looking at your foundation, maybe with a Libra person. Maybe you got a blocked heart because of a Taurus person. Blocked your heart. Or maybe you went with a person with a blocked heart called Taurus. Why? Never mind. Because a Taurus person don't have no intuition, no creativity, no idea, no nothing. Why? Because they're blocked spiritually. Oh, yeah. They don't have no mental capacity. No, they don't. Looking at a peasant. Now, someone's worrying about their finances. Why? Because they're going to be isolated. Because somebody's looking at financial losses. Now, someone's a burden to you, aren't they? A Taurus person that broke your heart. Maybe they was looking at a Cancer person or maybe a businessman or businessmen. All right? So now we're looking at situation. Now, what's on your foundation, maybe, is the Hermit. Going within again, are you? About happily ever after. With an air sign person. Seeing the truth, did you? Maybe about a Taurus person breaking your heart. They wanted it blocked, maybe. The lion heart, pillar. So now looking at the Hermit. All right? Someone's gone with him, done the Hermit. Seeing clarity, done her own quest. This is about a truth seeker. All right, maybe gone for your own personal truth, for your own happiness, your own happily ever after. Maybe going on a spiritual request, illumination of the soul. Because maybe being around someone old, like a Queen of Pentacles back in the day, earth sign person, wasn't really giving you enough spark, you know. Nah. Now, oh, look at that golden shining. Now you're seeing your own star, ain't you? When you start relying on your fucking self, fire signs. All right, that's what you're here for. You are the lesson of power, my darlings. You're meant to be teaching the rest of us about the power of your intuition. So now someone's working, gone within, and seen 2 powerful soulmates. All right, 1 air sign, maybe a Libra, and 1 maybe a fire sign person. Now someone's heartbroken, maybe a Taurus person, or maybe a Cancer, Scorpio person. Take it in. Write your dreams down, people. See who's for you, who's not for you. Don't be confused or stuck in any illusions because people are hungry, thirsty for money. Okay? Go within, do the work. All right? Maybe someone's gone within. Okay? And done the work, be more analytical, very dedicated to self. Why? Because self gives self-efficiency. The soul gives you self-sufficiency. All right? Gives you your own personal purpose. All right? Gives you that drive, okay, to be self-sufficient. And gives you a very healthy, conscious mind. Maybe someone's being very helpful. All right, by going within and being more logical and more practical, okay? So now maybe looking at the pureness of the responsibility of the lion on the lioness. Maybe you're thinking again about a Libra Aquarius person. Maybe you're thinking very heavy of an air sign person, right? Maybe because you're telepathically connected to someone. Write your dreams down, fire signs, all right? So now you're looking at the lion, okay? Maybe we'll look at the lion lying in his lion den. He's laying in his lion's den. Yeah, you better sit down there and think, fire signs. Yeah, because you're meant to be the power of the lion. Why? Because the lion rules the jungle. How? Through the heart. But the heart's broken, isn't it? You better mend it. That's how you rule the jungle. Why? Because the soul is the heat. Oh no, the heart is the seat of the soul, all right? Maybe you're thinking about a Libra person, how to reunite with someone, maybe. Maybe you feel that person's more balanced. Maybe you feel like you found a power couple. You want to come and be very flirtatious. Maybe looking for a judge or talking to a judge about an old Queen of Pentacles going to spiritual prison, prison or mental prison. Maybe people understanding that one fire sign that we know, very popular fire sign, is part of the spiritual judgment system. So now someone is in trouble. I wonder who that is. Taurus person. So now we're looking at a situation. Maybe you're being more practical to yourself, all right? But someone is very fussy, overcritical, and somebody who's worrying. I wonder who that is. Because they're worrying about working on this entrapment. A earth sign person that was relying on entrapment. Never mind. But no, look at the Leo. Look at the honorable Leo. All right, look at the leader. Maybe someone loves the limelight. All right. Now look at creativity. Someone being very dramatic. Okay. Now we're looking at maybe walking, moving, and looking at your resources from within. All right, someone's very resourceful from within. You're going to rely on yourself, rely on your dreams, okay? Because you're going to focus on your creativity, turn them into your visions, your reality, and there you go. Fresh hopes, fresh pathways, happy ever after. Your soul having a human experience, got the power to bring self-control, self-discipline, put on your godhead. You'll be very ambitious, bring in your authority. There's your competition to yourself. You're very confident when it comes to creativity, fire signs, all right? You are the will, you are the leader. Yes, you love limelight. That's the Leos for you, you're meant to. But don't be domineering and excessive. So be careful of your power couple, all right? So now you're looking at a soul having a human experience. You've got the willpower, my darling, to come out of the energy. You're coming out of the energy of entrapment, relying on, maybe making other people rely on you. Okay, you're coming out of that, and you're coming out of the entrapment of feeling abandoned. Maybe you felt abandoned as a child. You're coming out of that energy, and you're taking a leap of faith away from a King of Cups and a Queen of Pentacles. Two people working on entrapment. All right, you're focused more on a Two of Cups. You're a very ambitious person. Go into the I will, the power. Okay, maybe you feel very much in love. All right, so now maybe you're feeling into me. I feel the power. Okay. Or maybe someone's being very sulky and very touchy. Never mind. They're very unstable anyway. That's not your problem. You're not their daddy. Okay. So no, you're using your intuition. All right. You've got the power to use your intuition. Come out of any moods. You don't have to be quiet. Be loud. That is fire signs. We like you making a loud speed about things. All right. And now you're in a power couple, my darling. Grounded. Now you're going into generational wealth. You're looking at your ancestors, raining down your resources. All right. Now you're looking at maybe getting money back, maybe from a Queen of Pentacles. Oh, yeah, she owes you a lot of money, doesn't she? Yes, my darling. And you're moving away, maybe to an air sign person, but you need to clear up one or two loose ends. Maybe you're going forward to an earth angel. That's your wish fulfillment, a Libra person or Aquarius, Aquarius, Gemini person. Maybe you find that you're abandoned then. You want to come in with some sharp, blunt talking because you've been telepathically connected to someone. Maybe you want to invest in that situation because why they're single. Maybe you think they're fucking sexy as fuck. Oh, maybe you think about Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, my darling. Maybe look at your own happiness. Okay, maybe look into a Leo person. Maybe you're thinking maybe about a very fast lifestyle change. Maybe too promiscuous. Maybe someone wants to go towards a very loving person. Okay, a Queen of Cups. Maybe a King of Wands. Maybe Queen of Wands, look at reliability, abandonment when it comes to a Taurus person. The devil. Never mind. Oh, did we see a Aquarius person behind there being led by God? Let's show the people, my darling. So now we're saying the Taurus person is the devil. Never mind. Taurus person or the Taurus institution is the devil. Is a burden for a fire sign person. Now they've seen God. Oh, yeah, what's above is below. We can bring heaven to earth, all right? Invest in that situation. But someone invested in a stagnation for a stagnation. Now there's justice. Oh, yeah. Justice, my darling. For who? Aquarius person. That works very hard because she is the alchemist. Higher priestess. And that was the secret, maybe. Judgment Day. All right, remember, fire signs. Walking love, talking truth. Love you guys. Bye.